What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting, head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. I'm here for a special video and a special report. This one is about a very cute little 5-year-old girl. She went missing at the beginning of the week on a Monday and has been missing ever since. Now, to start off, it says that remain hopeful, we will find Dulce alive. A $35,000 reward is offered as search for missing Dulce Maria Alavez in fifth day of the search. Now, this happened in this happened in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Now, I can tell you right now that I've lived in New Jersey myself for at least 7 years of my young life. I stayed in Cranford, New Jersey at the time. This was like early 80s all the way up until like maybe 92 or the latter part of 93. And then I moved away and, now I'm here. But anyway, it says here that the Cumberland County officials remain hopeful they will find 5-year-old Dulce Maria Alavez alive as the search for the missing girl is in its fifth day. A $35,000 reward is being offered for information leading to Dulce or her possible abductor. Now, she vanished from the Bridgeton City Park playground between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, and police fear she was abducted. Police issued an Amber Alert Tuesday night in Dulce's disappearance. Now, I'm gonna go all the way down to a synopsis timeline of her disappearance. Now, the first thing was that police say Dulce was taken between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. She was last seen playing on the swings with her younger brother at the park. Police say her mother, 19-year-old Maria Maria Perez, was sitting in a parking lot nearby and didn't see what happened to her daughter. Okay, now, first of all, a lot of people was kind of weirded out by her demeanor and her attitude towards the disappearance of her daughter. And see, me personally, after reading this part, she was in a parking lot for some reason instead of in the park watching her daughter. So my thing is, why would you be in a car in the parking lot while your daughter's playing on the swings with her little brother? So my thing is, how is it that the little girl was taken but the little brother wasn't? They were both there at the same time. So I was surprised that the little girl was taken and not her little brother, but it is what it is. Now, let's see. Now, from what she said, Miss Perez, we thought that she was just hiding, playing around, and we went looking for her, but we couldn't find her. Dulce was reported missing, and police and volunteers began scouring the park and nearby wooded areas and bodies of water for the little girl. On Tuesday, with choppers, scuba gear, and numerous dogs, police and community members continued to search the park. Now, after 2 days searching every possible area of the 1,000-acre park, police determined the girl had been abducted and issued an Amber Alert late Tuesday night. Police were able to get enough information to issue an Amber Alert by tracking down people who had been hanging around the basketball court near the area where Dulce disappeared. At least one person was able to provide details about her possible kidnapper. Now, the Amber Alert included a description of the alleged abductor, a light-skinned, possible Hispanic man, standing 5'6" to 5'8" with a thin build. There is no word on his. There is no word on if he was known to Dulce or was a stranger. Because that definitely sounds like you know it. It definitely sounds like a kidnapping, not so much a missing 411 case. But my job is to help all families out, whether it be a typical or classic abduction case or something weird that went down in the park. Now, ironically, she disappeared in a park. It wasn't a national park, but it was a public park. So there's that little tiny scenario there. But people have said there was a light-skinned man in the area where she was. So maybe that could be a possible thing. Now, on Wednesday, a statewide search for Dulce intensifies after the Amber Alert. The FBI and New Jersey State Police joined the search. Community members and police again searched the park as missing posters and flyers lined businesses in Bridgeton's downtown. Dulce's aunt, neighbor, neighbor. I've been trying to get these names right, but not used to that. Neighbor Alavez Perez says accusations on social media that the family is involved in the abduction are wrong and untrue. And see, that is the problem with society today and in the media. That's the first thing that everybody thinks of. A child goes missing, they want to blame the family right away, including the mother, because of her flat attitude towards her daughter's disappearance. Because I watched the video, and she sounded like she was upset, but she wasn't showing any signs of emotion. She was just flat and like, I can't say uncaring. I really can't say that, because we're talking about a mother's daughter. Now, I know there's a lot of young mothers out there that wish they hadn't had a child because it messed with their lifestyle, like, partying and living their life and all this stuff, and they weren't ready. I was like, well, my thing is, if you weren't ready, you should have known that before you, I'm not going to get into that, because that's just, we're talking about her little girl, so that's the most important part here. All right, so now from what was said by, I guess the mother or the grandmother, well, it's really much more harder for us because they're judging us that we have something to do with it when we don't. We might not show emotion or things like that, but it's because we're trying to be stronger. We're trying to be strong for her. We just want her back home, Alavez Perez said. Now, this is what I was thinking, because, being strong so that you could focus, long enough to, think about what could have happened to her. And also, if you cried so much about her disappearance, you probably was just out of tears at that point, and you just couldn't cry anymore. And crying was not going to bring her back. So, I would imagine she's just trying to stay strong so that, if they find something, she'll have her mind right to where she won't be so hysterical, so that's my take on it. So I believe that they had nothing to do with it. That's just the way people are, I would imagine. You see a young mother, and you want to instantly blame her for the disappearance of their child. And a lot of times that is the case, especially with fathers. There are a lot of fathers out there like this. There was something on the news the other day about a young African-American boy who was playing football at his school, and his father just came in there and took him away, and next thing you know, they in California. So I was like, wow. And see, he basically broke because I think it was a custody thing, and I guess he wanted to see his son. He didn't want to have to go through all that, so he just went in there and took him. When they found him, and they found the child, and he's back home safe with his mother. So that was cool. But yeah, so now on Thursday, the Cumberland County authorities hold a press conference asking the public for help in the search, saying that no detail or tip is too small or insignificant. Anyone who was at the park on Monday afternoon could have information of great assistance to this investigation. Please, we're appealing to you to call us to help us find Dulce. Now, this is coming from a woman named Webb McRae. Now, this woman, I'm trying to figure out who she is. I think she's like the lead investigator for the case. I read something about her earlier. I just got to get back to that point. Now, it says here that Dulce's grandmother made an emotional plea for the public's help. Do not be afraid of the police. We have not been able to eat nor sleep. You can't imagine what we are going through. We are very sad, she said through the translator. Let's see. Now it says here, authorities say anyone willing to give them information does not need to worry about questions about their immigration status. That's good, because having to send them back, including a child, that's wrong. Right now, police say Dulce's mother is cooperating with police, and the girl's father is not in the United States. Police conducted another canine search through Thursday in the area of the playground where Dulce disappeared. Investigators are asking people to call police if they were in the park Monday afternoon. If you have any information, please call police at 856-451-0033 or text anonymously to tip 411. Now this is coming from CBS 3's Cleve Bryan and Alexandria Hoff contributed to this report. All right, wow, that's crazy. And we're talking about, like I said, a little girl. So that is the one thing the FBI always jumps on. Real quick. They always say that they only handle children's cases when it comes to abductions, kidnappings. So that's good. I would imagine they're putting their all in this, and hopefully they will find her, soon. Because like I said, it's been at least about a week. So hopefully before the month is out, or maybe hopefully next month. Hopefully it'll be sooner. They will find her, but as of right now, she's nowhere to be found. So maybe, just maybe, whoever abducted her probably left town, and it could have been her father, because they say he wasn't in the state, so he was obviously still in that country. Or maybe he somehow slipped through and and came and got her. But if we're talking about immigration, they say they don't want to talk about that, so I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know anything about that whole situation with that. So, but yeah, she's a very adorable little girl. She was last seen in like a store, like a convenience store, wearing a yellow T-shirt with an elephant on the front and black and white pants with white shoes. So if any of you who is from New Jersey, and if you have seen her, please contact that number that I listed earlier, or that I mentioned earlier. So, and I will put the number in the description box below, so that you guys can have some type of feedback number to call, where they can, hopefully find her. So, yeah, it's going to be crazy. Now, there's a guy named Robert Lowry. Is the vice president of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. He told CBS 3 there are some possibilities remaining via Skype. Now, the child may have found herself alone or met someone, an adult, who gained her trust, which is what they always do when they want to kidnap a child. That's definitely a possibility. And this is something that Lowry said, in the press conference. And he also said it could have been someone she knew, or could have wandered off and got herself lost. Now, that's also a possibility, because kids, they do tend to wander, especially if you're not watching them. They will disappear very quickly, so, and they're very fast because they got them little strong legs, so they got all that energy, so they can get away from you within a second. You turn your head, you look back, poof, they're gone. Kind of like what happened with the Dior Kuntz case, but that was totally different. That was dealing with some creepy stuff where he literally just vanished without a trace. I will believe that until the day I die. Trust me. I would never believe that it was a bear or a kidnapper, because you would have heard something. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's pretty much it on that, guys. It was pretty much cut and dry on the whole situation with her, but they are still looking for her, and I'm pretty sure they're looking for her right now. If not, then they'll probably continue to search tomorrow, and hopefully before the month is out, or even next month, they will find her, because she can't be far. I mean, we're talking about a city. New Jersey is pretty. They have suburbs and you got the city portion, but the suburbs are pretty city-like, so you can definitely get lost in places like that. I lived there for 7 years, so it's kind of cross between the suburban and city, because they interlock with each other. It's like you can't even say the city's on one side and the suburbs is on the other. They just kind of meet in the middle, where they kind of merge together, so you get a little bit of both. In the areas that you live in, because I lived in the suburbs, but it was still kind of city-ish at the same time. So, hopefully that Amber Alert will help, and hopefully my video will help others if it gets out there. Maybe the one person that listens to this video may be the person who may have some information, and this person just may be in New Jersey who was actually at the park that day. I'm just saying. Hopefully that will be the case, but if not, we just have to keep hope alive and keep our wits about us about that. So hopefully she will be found. So as usual, guys, without further ado, I am going to get off of here because I'm getting a little tired. Had a pretty long day today. I was off today, so that's why I'm just now posting the video. Had a lot of stuff I had to do, and plus I went to my mom's house for dinner. Very tasty. Macaroni, cheese, baked chicken, collard greens, and the frying pan cornbread. So tasty. Loved it. Anyway, I will see you guys on another video. I got a couple more cases that I want to get together, for another video. Hopefully sometime this week I'll post it, or I'll just do it on my day off, because it's getting pretty heavy at my job. Excuse me, the Christmas rush is coming in, so there's going to be a lot more work for me to do, and a lot of overtime. So, yay! Get to make some money for Christmas. Get my daughter something, she's going to be happy. Anyway, I will see you guys later, and you know how I do it. You want to see it? Of course you want to see it, because you see it every time I come up here. Aloha, mahalo with the shaka sign. Yeah, and mahuiho. I'm sorry, ahuiho. That was my bad. Tongue tied. Anyway, ahuiho. See you later, guys.